Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here in NTW3 once again with another NTW3 clan battle from the Lord's Discord. And today we do have a glorious 4v4 here as the Imperial forces of Russia and the Home Empire unite against the rising revolution of France. And yes, we have a glorious 4v4 here. We have Rheinbund, I believe, playing as the coalition forces here, as the forces of, well, I was going to say Austria, but they're not really Austria, HRE and also Russia, and then we also have Esgarda Real, I believe, again, as the Imperial forces. So it's kind of the same teams that we had last time. I think similar sort of players as well, to a certain extent. But yeah, it should certainly be a fun one. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one goes down. We do have obviously the same sort of like a core system, so to try and balance it out. Yeah, it should be a very, very interesting one, that's for sure. Balanced out as well, both sides have the same amount of points. So yeah, so it should be a really, really fun one. That comes to, I believe, 37 points, I believe, looking at the points that I'm looking at right now. I think 37 or 38 points, something a little around that sort of mark. So yeah, very, very good. But yeah, we have on the coalition side in today's battle, we have Suvorov, which is with his like Italian campaign core, very, very nice. We have Satatare, which I definitely do not know if that's how you pronounce it, but yeah, definitely going to butcher some of these names here. But yeah, one of the HRE armies. We have another Russian army somewhere, if I can see it. There it is, Raminsky. And then it looks like the French going in here, so we'll come back in a second. The French going in, actually trying to take on the final core here. I definitely do not know how to say this one, because I don't even recognize the letter. It's a German letter, I presume. But yeah, Pluen or something like that. But yeah, he's the final one. He's the weakest of the cores, a 6-pointer here today. So yeah, it's going to be probably the easiest one to take out. The building being captured by the coalition there. And on the Imperial side today, we have Dessous, we have Moreau, we have Le Corbe, and Suchet as the other like the French commanders. So yeah, they all add up to the same point value to try and make it nice and even. And here we go, Hussars coming in, and they are going to be attacked here by, looks like some Chasseur Cheval, so they're going to get caught, but it looks like yeah, they're not going to get through. Squares also slowing them down there. The map we are on as well is, I actually don't recognize this map off the top of my head. Yeah, I actually don't recognize. Oh, it's Stock Arc. That's why we're literally, yeah, on Stock Arc, which is a very fun one, and it's a very fun battle. We've used it multiple times for scenarios, and you can see here some Hussars. Looks like they're going to get some Hussar Grenzers getting taken out there by the Chasseur Cheval, as Hussars as well for the French come in, and they've slapped up that little cav unit there. And yeah, I don't know really what the HRE player is doing here, but he's getting charged by Grenadiers. He needs to retreat back to the safety of Stock Arc and wait on his allies to arrive. The Russians, you would have thought with their better melee units, going to stand up a lot better against the French than the HRE units here. But the squares are holding the cav at bay for now, but it's not going to do enough to save some of these Jaegers who are getting taken out. And the French very much on the way forward here. Got some big carry battalion units here as well coming forward. But yes, if you're a fan of all things NTW3 and would like to see some more glorious NTW3 battles on the channel, some more clan battles, some more historical like battles as well, then feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description. As I have a huge charge here coming in from a Russian Dragoon, slamming on into infantry here. French infantry obviously can't form square. The French infantry at this time, yeah, it's like 50-50 on whether they can form square. You've got Laguerre here, also looks like it's going to try and slow down the Russians by putting volleys into them, forming square as well, and that's forcing these Russian Dragoons to fall back. We actually got horse artillery as well, moving up very closely. The French cav trying to countercharge, trying to catch the cav out here, and the guns are firing away as well. And also trying to do their bit, shelling these poor French infantry as the French come charging in with more bayonets, twirling as they're trying to take out these HRE infantry, hitting them with volleys and also bayoneting them. It's going to be pretty damn dangerous, and there you go. You can see units starting to rout. The French need to hold fire and keep moving, and they are moving quickly through this town as well. Hungarian infantry here also being harassed, and they look like they're going to be taking out the town. Is very much occupied here by the coalition. I don't know exactly what's in here. It just looks like a regular line infantry, to be honest. And we've got Howitzers as well now being dropped onto the French positions. And oh boy, it's starting to get a bit spicy over here. As yeah, the coalition are being forced back towards Stockholm. They're gonna have to get this horse artillery out of here pretty soon, I would have thought. It is kind of guarded right now by the Russian dragoons, but for how long? They might get forced back by the infantry here, and then the cavalry can come forward. But we'll see how they what they do. Yeah, as you can see, yep. So the French caval's going to dash on forward, and they're going to get yeah, the French caval's going to come forward. It looks like the dragoons are going to go in. They didn't have to. I don't think the French actually were going to fully commit. But yeah, it looks like I think Russia's going to lose this one. Yeah, there you go. They've been routed. And there you go. The gun's now going to be easy to take out, and that is a bit of a loss there. There's Russian horse artillery is going to get just taken out unnecessarily. Look at the explosions going off the background. And there you go. A general as well. We've got Raminsky over here. He's actually in danger of being taken out. These calves being pushed back. We've got hussars here as well being routed and forced back. Well, not routed, but forced back. We've got cuirassiers shifting over to try and stabilize the situation. Looks like Stockholm is basically, well, it's still contested, I guess. We're going to see actually some Russian grenadiers going in. Look at these boys going in with their fancy old, like, mitre hats. Going for a pretty deadly charge. That might turn the tables in this town. And there you go. Actually, it did not. They got pushed out pretty easily, actually. That's unfortunate. Whether they have more grenadiers, maybe they need to send multiple units of grenadiers in if they're going to try and make this work. The French are also just going to carry on down. They're going to charge into these musketeers of the Russians. This might be a bit of a tougher fight. We'll see. They get a volley off here. That would be nice, but they did not. I would have thought the Russian musketeers might be a bit of a tougher fight than those HRE infantry, but we'll see. Some of their morale still being affected pretty badly. It looks like we've got more grenadiers actually coming down as well. They might be about to join this fight. Going to try and turn the tide of battle. France actually did win both those fights as well. I don't know whether the Russian shooting's thrown back. Probably did not help. The Raminsky here, yeah, he's trying to do what he can. He's back on this side of like the river, I guess it is, sort of a river stream. And yeah, he's trying to hold on here. Looks like the descendants of hussars actually managed to rout some of the French units here. And we have a grenadier unit here that managed to win its fight. I would imagine Suvorov has a decent amount of grenadiers as well, but I do not know. I thought his grenadiers were a lot more impressive compared to Raminsky's, but we'll see whether he brought them at all. Suvorov actually is here. These are his grenadiers. So he might be able to do something. We'll see. But yeah, Suvorov is starting to reinforce Raminsky's cav over here now, which is good to see. It looks like he's going to go in again. The hussars here fancy it, but they're going to get caught by the cavalry battalier, it looks like. Here we go. We've got like light infantry coming forward here in their funny old hats. Early period Russia does look very, very funny, in fairness. They look very silly in their like revolutionary style hats. Hungarians here still battling for the town, still trying to hold on. The French like momentum's kind of stalled a little bit after their attack. It was so successful early on, but you can see here dragoons battling in the town. If they can get those cuirassiers of the HRE, where are they? They've been kept in reserve for now, but they can get those up to maybe help. That might make a difference. There are light infantry in here as well, trying to do their bit. And they have, it doesn't look like the coalition won that one. I mean, neither side really won it. But France is giving ground, so I guess in a way they maybe are the victors for now, the coalition. Forcing back the French here. Suvorov now pushing forward, volleying. He needs to be careful to shoot his own men as they move forward. Raminsky here and Suvorov aren't quite in tune. The line battle taking place here between Napoleon, I don't know how you say his name, and the French. Still serve the HRE a lot better off. They've got better shooting stats. Musket volleys going off, glorious stuff. But yeah, this will, I think that they have better shooting stats. You can say combatants even, winning slightly. Yeah, the French are not going to win this one. If it continues like this, the French need to rely on trying to get into melee again. But It's a long way to go across the open ground. And the HRE have plenty of cav out here as well. Lots of hussars. Got some horse artillery out here as well. But yeah, the HRE actually kind of scattered just about everywhere at the moment. Currently, if it comes out to an LOC game, the HRE, well, the coalition have a 2-pointer here that they have control of. And I guess Stock Arc doesn't actually look like it's valued at anything, but the coalition still hold it for now. Or maybe it is a 2-pointer. It's kind of hard to tell with the units on top of it. I think it might be a 2-pointer. So yeah, anyway, LOC-wise, it looks like the French are up against it, but they do have a whole bunch behind them they could go and occupy, I guess, if they wanted to. Yeah, look at this. Suvorov pushing back the French on this side here. After early gains, the stronger coalition corps on the way arriving, making a bit of a difference here, which is good to see. And obviously that was the aim, it seems, of the French. They kind of were aware that these weaker coalition corps were in the front lines, Rominsky and Pluen, and they tried to force them back. But yeah, I'm butchering the names, I do apologize. Sata Tare, I don't know if that's how you say it. Someone's going to probably tell me how to pronounce it. And that'll be great until the next time I have this battle, have a battle with them in, and I'm like, I've totally forgotten how we say it. Okay, so we are back on the battlefield. Unfortunately, the replay did crash, so we had to I had to reboot it up, and I think we're basically back at where we left off. So as you see, the HRE are moving forward here. The 10-pointer is starting to try and wrap around this French formation. The French are pushing right, though they are being forced back now by Suvorov and Rimsky over here. They are pushing around, and they are trying to push back that French right. The HRE are trying to do the same on the left-hand side here. You can see a big, long line of Bavarians coming forward here. Don't know how good they're going to do. A lot of them can form, well, a few of them can form square, it seems. Not all of them. We've got a general there being killed off. That is not good. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know if we got up to this. I can't remember if we got up to this part. But, yeah, so the general's been sniped out there. That is really unfortunate. And, yeah, as you can see, I think this might have been purposeful. Because in the last clan battle that I covered, this general got taken out in a very comical way, and apparently it was purposeful. So I imagine this one was also purposeful. So France losing a general early on again in one of these clan battles, taken out by artillery once again as well, and they're also shelling it with a howitzer here, trying to do as much damage as possible. And yeah, so that is not good. I imagine this is the French corps sort of like here in the middle, or maybe to the left. Actually, I think it's like a left of center might be theirs, because there's another general here, and I think he might be in command of the actual left flank here of the French. So yeah, this is not good. Morale for this this corps here could be pretty bad now. I don't know if it's a strong corps that's lost this general, or whether it's one of the weaker corps. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it's going to be rough, that is for sure, for the Frenchies there. And we have Cav now in the town. What are they doing? Of course, Hussar Grenzers here, trying to take out some Frenchies. The Frenchies here kind of block themselves between the houses, actually probably helps them out. And then we have some Hungarian infantry coming in, trying to bayonet charge them, and they might just rout that unit there. Might be the Hungarians, but we'll see. The Cav, I think, is winded. It is still alive, and there you go as well. We've had a charge from Russian Grenadiers, and that is the first action we've really seen of those guys from Suvorov's corps anyway. And they're going in the Sayanev? I don't know if that's right, but there's 58 of the mad lads going in. They're going to try and take out that the French unit there. You can see more Grenadiers have Kalenka there moving forward as well. Also managed to rout one of the French units there. Looks like the HRE also had some success routing that unit, and they forced the French back out of the town. After such a great start for the French there, taking Stock Arc, they managed to get forced out by the coalition there. And look at that, the Grenadiers, the Sayanev, all routing there. Hopefully they return and we see more of those in action. But the French managing to get their infantry out of the town, the rest of it, and back up this hill is where they're going to go by looks of it. Make this their strong point. It's a pretty good point to try and hold. He's got a good tree line here, which you can have, and you have the high ground. And if you know Star Wars, you know that high ground is a superior thing to have. So yes, we will see how that goes. Looks like the French also are making a bold push on this left flank over here. At the moment, the French do have no LOCs under their control. Their 2-pointer here is held by the HRE, or is about to be held. There is a Bavarian Grenadier, I think, about to invest itself into it. And then we have the 4-pointer Stock Arc, which is held by the coalition. And so yeah, the French really need to make a move here for some LOCs, just in case it comes down to that. I mean, obviously, you ideally want to go and try and wipe out the enemy opponent, but if it gets kind of close and you don't want to risk defeat, LOCs are what you need to win the game. That's one of the cool things about NTW3. But yeah, looks like the French are going to send forward some infantry here. Doesn't look like there's any grenadiers as such, but who cares? You don't need grenadiers with like these early period French armies to do well. They have some pretty decent melee stats, some of them, and they're also, well, to be fair, they're going with a grenadier unit, so it's going to be tough for them anyway. So we'll see how they do. But yeah, there's not really much else that's supporting that grenadier at the moment. It looks like a couple of infantry units dashing down some Bavarian like light infantry, but yeah, they're going to need to be moving a little quicker. Artillery here shelling its own retreating troops. I like to see that. Try to help support against this French assault. And yeah, we'll see what happens. There's some decent cav out here as well. Some light dragoons and some chevaliers. They might be able to support and help deal with this French cav that's also pushing forward there. Artillery still going off. And it looks like Rimsky is going to really push around on this left flank here. Whether he can do this alone, I don't know. He has got the support of the 10-pointer cuirassier, which will be handy. 115-man cuirassier unit here. Also, but yeah, like as a 7-pointer, whether he'll be able to make this push alone, I don't really know. And Rimsky got pretty badly mauled early on in this game. So his core is not in the best conditions. It's kind of a bit spread out as well. He's not really moving on one concentrated front. Suvorov is now moving, it looks like, back to the center. He's giving up Stockhark and he's moving center, maybe right, who knows. But it looks like the French have gone in for this building here. And they're going to try and storm it. And I think this infantry unit here is going to probably engage what remains of the Bavarian infantry outside of the building. It's a cheeky little tactic that you can do in NTW3, but it is very effective and one worth using. It's not cheating, it's just kind of, you know, abusing these poor little guys that couldn't get inside the building in time. And yeah, that really helps with morale. And there you go, just like that, the Grenadiers of Bavaria have been taken out and they've lost that building. Chevaliers here, are they going to, or the light dragoons in fact, are they going to take the infantry out? Don't know. They might be getting support here from the building now, and they actually might be able to rout the, yeah, they are wavering, and then look at that broken. They actually managed to rout the cavalry, and another cav charge. Seems like it failed. Squares here, it looks like they've sent them flying, so yeah, it's a shame that more cav there being wasted from the HRE. It looks like the light infantry is going to give ground, and it looks like, yeah, now obviously they are still losing when it comes to LOC points. The French, they have 2 to the HRE, well, and the Russian 4, but it's a start. It's a start. Bavarians here getting forced back as well. A couple of Bavarian units there scared off. And it looks like the French could split the 10-pointer here if they wanted to. Just go straight down the middle. There is cav, obviously, in the back that could send them running. But, you know, with a concerted infantry push, they could split the Bavarians here. Do some serious damage. Yeah, that little push there, but on the left, done very, very nicely. Whether the HRE can keep this big cav unit here in the back, 95-man unit, they can keep this alive. They could maybe go and try and take out a gen unit or go for some guns. Or just go for a rear charge when the time's right. But yeah, it's certainly, as you can see there, that blue marker on the map is certainly going to be very handy. Just keeping the back keeps the French cav busy as well, looking behind them rather in front of them. And here we go, a charge from the HRE going in. Light infantry is their target. Some of the chasseurs. I don't know if they formed square. Looks like they might have formed square. Didn't seem like they got the square animation off, but they look like they have. They look like they're going to rout these hussars. The #1 Kaiser. There you go, they're gone, yep. That's unfortunate. Another cav unit kind of wasted by the 10-pointer here. But they have more on the way to the coalition. We have Suvorov's Cossack unit here. Looks like we're going to see more hussars moving over. Some Jaegers, although they've been pushed back down the hill. The French have got a very good strong point up there. It's going to be very tough to get them out of that spot. And that's why the HRE brought up a 5-pounder here. They're going to just start chipping away at the boys on top of that hill. But the French have got their own guns here, which can just pound straight down that hill and just hit the HRE as well. It should be pretty damn nasty. There we go, you see the fire. When ready. Beautiful having silent guns. People were saying like in the comments, just alter your music settings. I've done that so many times. Like still for some reason cannon sounds don't seem to work. I don't know what it is. Kind of just have to imagine the booms going off sometimes. But yeah, they are pounding Rimsky's core here. These poor musketeers getting hit hard as they come forward. The grenadiers here as well, just mooching about trying to get into a good position for a charge. The cuirassiers stirs still being hit as well. They're losing a few men here and there. Imagine they are going to be a very good match for any sort of cavalry battalion that they come up against. But yeah, looks like Rimsky's going to go forward here. Going to march up this hill and try and make a push. And this is probably the easiest slope to try and go for, but we'll see. Another cav. Oh, the cav in the back. What did it go for? But it's very much more depleted now, down to 47. Don't think that's returning. It got taken out by some hussars and looks like cavalry battalion as well. So yeah, not a great matchup there. 2-on-1, and there was a heavy cav involved in that. Yeah, I don't know why they did just keep that. Just keep it hidden back here. Could have almost gone through the forest if they wanted to, and try to I don't know, jump onto either one of the cav units, catch it unawares, or go for a general. Or like I said, should have just kept it back there out of the way, keep the French cav guessing. We could have tried to get it back over here to try and influence this left flank, because it seems like the HRE are being pushed back once again. We've got the Carabineers here, which are like a skirmisher grenadier unit. It's a very cool, unique thing. I feel like them in the US is like some of the few people that have these sort of like skirmisher grenadiers. But they're chasing off the Jaegers here. They're doing a decent job of getting rid of them. Cossacks now going in behind. They are not hidden. The French will be aware of that. They'll try and whip around, try and get some kills. There is a general vulnerable here, so maybe they'll go for that. We'll see. But yeah, look at this. Again, French pushing on some skirms. After that, it's the guns. It looks like the 10-pointer here is going to lose some good assets. And yeah, it's just chasseurs here that are just running in, just killing off these guns, or at least looks like they will. The red lining now, maybe they're changing their mind. The cavalry as well. That's not helping if the French are just going to shoot their own infantry. But yeah, you can see here, cavalry coming forward. They're going to try and rout these guys. They're actually going for the Carabineers. Another one of those skirmisher grenadier boys. Will they succeed? No, they're red lining. And they got routed. Oh my god. I mean, it also helped, I think, the chasseurs form square. But that is a huge loss there. Imagine charging a skirmisher and losing out as a cav unit. It's just a big loss there. And look at this. France is rolling up this left-hand side now. We are going to see a big push here. You can see multiple lines of French coming forward. I think they smell blood with these Bavarian troops here. And they are. Look at this. We've got the Carabineers going in, tying down some of these Bavarian troops that can form square as well. And here comes the cav. Cavalry battalion is going to be repulsed by one of the squares, but they're redlining some of these other ones. And here come the French infantry now to mop up any of these units that can form square. Bayonets twirling. In they go. Stab them up, boys, for the Republic. Yeah, there you go. The Bavarians getting routed really easily. And the Walloon light infantry as well. So I guess there's a Dutch troops. Yeah, they're getting... Wow, look at that. Routed so easily. Suvorov coming over here to try and help out the situation. I guess he maybe saw the weakness in this right flank. Or the danger here for the coalition on the right. And yeah, he's not going to get a chance to set up. He is just going to get... he's just going to start falling back. Otherwise, he's going to get run down himself. The Grenadiers are trying to get out of here. We might have to see a sacrifice from the Hussars here to try and slow down the French. We are. They're going in against Cavalry Battalion. I don't think these Hussars are going to really do much in the way of a damage. And they're actually going to get routed. Look at that. 51 of them left. They might return, but it might just save the Russians as well. We've now managed to get back onto the hill here. They're running about like frantic chickens right now, the Russians. They've also got back to this tree line here with the rest of the 10-pointer HRE. And yeah, the French don't like that position. It's a decent hill, it's a bit of a slope, and it's a tree line. The French can't hope to win that in a line fight. And to charge him might be a bit suicidal as well, because these guys have run forward, a lot of them. The guns here as well, pounding away. I imagine they've been canistering these they've been canistering these infantry in front of them here. That's also not helping with morale by the looks of it. And we've had a push here on the left flank now up this hill as well. The cuirassiers have gone in. They have failed to break through though. It seems it looks like they've been stopped by a square down here. And Rimsky's a bit slow to come up. He's bringing up musketeers and he is trying to get in there now. They are trying to chase down the French.
We have taken the building, sir.
They might do it. A building being taken? Oh, they've just taken another point back here. I don't think it's actually worth anything. Yeah, it's just probably just to block the French flank, which is fair enough. But yeah, the French on the left now falling back. I guess they see that the push on the right-hand side of their right, the coalition left, is having a little bit of success. So yeah, both sides are really pushing on their own lefts, trying to swivel the battlefield almost. And yeah, the Rimsky here doing a decent job, but it's whether he's got the pushing power to continue. He might need Pluen here. I think is how you say those 6 pointers name.
The men are
It might need
fatigued,
him
sir,
to bring
and
up
must
what
rest a
reserves he has to come up here, but Pluen also seems like he's quite content just garrisoning Stock Arc, which is fair enough. It's a 4-pointer. At the moment, they don't really need to push to the coalition. They have the points for the LOC. They could just wait it out, wait for the French to do something. But yeah, Rimsky's crested the hill at least. So whether he can continue to push them off. But yeah, France, I imagine now is going to bum rush a bunch of these columns back towards that right-hand side and probably try and rectify any sort of issue there. It looks like they're quite content now with a bit of a line fight here. Suvorov is coming forward with his masses. And I mean, there's multiple lines here of infantry that are ready to go. Definitely can overwhelm the French. And there's also some grenadiers, obviously, amongst these boys, if we can find them. Yeah, we've still got the Kalenka grenadiers, Lomonosov grenadiers, and also the Sayanev ones. There's at least, yeah, 3 or 4 grenadier units here. They are going to do some serious work. And yeah, the French wisely retreat. Just probably defend yourself around the building you just taken. You've probably got a decent chance there. Like, it seems like if you can get Suvorov to come forward here and break him while he's isolated, got a good chance of winning this. But to be fair, both sides have been very cautious. No one's been like overcommitting. Everyone wants to stay in the game, which is obviously good. No one's being suicidal with their core. We'll see how they do. But Rimsky here, now the top of this hill. Looks like he's going to give up. He's going to go back down. We've got some grenadiers here, the Selakov. They're going back down. We also had a cav. Oh, it wasn't quite a cav fight. I think I can see what the coalition were trying to do. They were trying to bait this, what is it, a hussar unit here of the French. They're trying to bait it forward with the their own hussars and then flank it with the dragoons. The French smelt it a mile off, and they did not fall for that. Instead, they're going to throw forward a few small infantry units here, maybe to support any sort of potential cav fight in the future. And we've got a Cossack unit here. Think it might be trying to hunt down a general, but instead it's going to get taken out by cavalry battalion here. And yeah, heavy cav going up against these light Cossacks. They don't stand a chance, those poor Russians. But the Russians, you know, they actually are still going to get hit to the general. Hopefully, I think this is the general that's still on this left-hand side that still has like the actual general alive. So that is a bit of a risk, but there you go. It's over before it really even started. The Russian Cossacks there already slightly beaten up by the French cav, so the general had nothing to fear. But the general has only got out with, what, 5 bodyguard, I think? So then on the ground, he can't afford to really even like stand in the front lines. Oh, actually, no, he's got a bit more than 5. A little beaten up. But yeah, it seems as though the French kind of just trying to put out fires at the moment. They're not exactly. They don't seem like they're in a position now to make another great offensive. Suvorov moving to that right flank there has kind of stopped and dashed any sort of hopes of making a real concerted effort there. Seems like they're going to try again on this right flank of the French. And what went in there? But no, Hussars was taken out of the infantry unit by the French. Don't know really. Is it just some sort of sacrifice? I don't know. But yeah, the French coming forward with their own Hussars now. Maybe they're going to see if they can get a charge off on the Russians. But yeah, it's going to be the same thing that's going to happen again. You know, I think like the Dragoons are going to just... They're going to lure back these Hussars of France and then try and hit them with the Dragoons. Can't really do it. Cuirassiers here down to 90 men. Still healthy. Only lost like, what, 40 troops? And yeah, it's the time of the coalition now to be on the offensive. Suvorov here, being super aggressive. Looks like he's fancying his chances. Got a Kalenka grenadier here. Looks like that's going to get ready to go for the armory here and take that out. And I don't blame it. I mean, if it does go in, it could also just be a musketeer that goes in. The musketeers for Russia, I imagine, probably pretty decent in melee. Light infantry here for the French, giving ground again. In a line fight, I don't think either side here really is favoured. I thought both sides would prefer to get into a melee fight. Certainly Russia would prefer a better fight. Well, I don't know, these Jaeger here, Kharkov might fancy a line fight. They are light infantry. I think the French generally, though, have brought more lights. And we'll see see what they do. I mean, there's that Russian Cossack, by the way, is still alive. It's still got 51 men in it, so they might try again for a general. You need to be careful of that. Yeah, I'm waiting to see who makes a push there. It doesn't seem like the French are coming down the hill on this side here. France is actually going to make an aggressive push on the right-hand side, as the coalition are aggressive on their own right-hand side. So, yeah, it's very much a mirrored battle almost. It's been like both sides have been aggressive on the opposite flanks to the other teams. Yeah, be interesting to see how this goes. I don't know who went in. I think it was Russian Grenadiers in here. It is, yeah, Russian Grenadiers. I imagine the French will lose this building, unfortunately. The Russian Grenadiers are probably unmatched to anything on today's battlefield. Again, France giving ground in the center here as the HRE pushes forward. I think it's a fairly even match. They probably could have actually win that fight. Smash through these units here. I don't know if any of them can form square. I know a couple of them can. But yeah, if they manage to, I don't know, get some cav up here, the support of infantry, they could try and do what they did against the Bavarians in the center. So those Walloon troops. France's morale going down to red. The Russian one's unfazed. They're winning slightly, apparently. Like it's more than slightly. Absolutely slaying those fellas. And there you go. Building taken. The the Grenadiers managed to take that building. There you go. And now the coalition back up to 6 points when it comes to the LOC points. And yeah, we'll see if Suvorov can do anything here. He really, you can see he's like some of his units are shooting while the rest are trying to edge forward, just trying to get a little bit closer to those French. Fire when ready, you get. Fire when ready. With your funny looking hats. Kind of remind me of the Swedish hats, now I think about it. The Swedish Guard hats. They probably are quite similar in a sense. Oh, and France has gone back into the town. Look at this. France is back. They are pushing down the slope. You can see Rimsky here is fully fallen back and is, yeah, he's looking for places to hide as the French cav comes out of nowhere. Hussars here, and they're going to be harassing these poor Russians. The Grenadiers can't form square. This unit can, though. Mikhail. Another building taken by the coalition. What are they taken now? Again, not one that's worth any points. They really are just occupying any building they can at this point of the coalition. Seems a bit pointless. We have got a concentrated French cav and infantry push here. And this looks kind of serious, you know. A lot of French infantry being thrown into this town. This could be very interesting. Just setting up here. They'll duel quite happily, I imagine, with these Galician light infantry, I imagine. French cav now trotting up into the town. Might be able to take some stuff out. We'll see. They're going to go for a charge. So I don't know what Hungarians. Yeah, they're redlining almost instantly. Routed instantly as well. Come on, Hungary. You gotta do a little bit better than that. Come on now. Got some hussars here. They're going to go forward and challenge the Carrier Battalion. The French still, the Bavarians still hold this building here, so they can give support in the cav fight. Just be careful when they fire. You see they're being stormed as well, the Bavarians. So that can make a bit of a difference. Seems as though we've got an artillery-piece setting up point-blank range here. Just start to focus down any of the French that get in your way. Just be careful not to hit the infantry. And here come the cuirassiers. In they go. They're being stopped by French squares, but whether we're going to see Rimsky's musketeers here come in and try and make a difference as well, try and charge the bayonets. Also, it looks like there could be some light infantry here that could maybe go in for a charge. I don't know. He needs to just get some bayonets twirling. Line fights here. Yeah, this is not for France. They need to get into melee in this town and just really hope that they can make something happen. Now, could this infantry unit here just charge down the line, hit the German infantry, then go for the guns, allowing these two to push forward? I don't know. Suvorov, by the way, has moved from the right. He's using this road effectively, very nicely. And he's going to come down and he's going to actually try and hit the French in the rear as the French really push on into the town once again. Really is a struggle for Stockholm today. The cuirassiers is still alive, 75 of them left. But yeah, Rimsky's still struggling here. Be interesting to see which French army is the one that's supposed to have lost a general and like being forced back. It might be this one over here that's routing quite a bit. But whether he's still up on the hill with the rest of his army, I don't know. Yeah, France getting pushed back a little bit here by Plauen, but not like too much. He's also managing to hold on to this building here. Oh, this is a Bavarian grenadier, that's why. Cannon here, can it fire? Can it get a good shot off before the French cav takes him out? Fire! Oh, nice hit, really nice hit. Shame it's a silent gun. I think they are going to lose it anyway. We'll see, he's redlining, and yeah, there you go. Lost the gun. Also, the cav's gone. I guess that's something, but it's still not huge. Rimsky going in. He's going to bayonet charge the French here. He's going to start twirling for the motherland. That's the war cry going up right now. I think there's a general. There's a general somewhere, I think. Yeah, he's just literally behind his horses that he just dismounted off. Risky dismounting him. I don't know if this guy does have a bodyguard up, like a general, or whether it's just a mere bodyguard. It could be. Suvorov, by the way, has arrived in Stockholm itself. He's now bringing up some infantry. We've got musketeers, the Jaeger. That's really it. Let's see how this goes. Musketeers going in. They soaked up one volley. Now they're going to go in and try and stab these boys up. Do what damage you can, fellas. Do what damage you can. And they failed. Unfortunately, that is a shame. Next unit going in, more musketeers. We'll have to see how they do. France is getting pushed back though in a few areas here still by the HRE. The Hungarians, the Bavarians still hold the building. They've actually managed to successfully hold on to it. And there you go, HRE coming in. Nice little side charge into the French there. That might do a lot of damage to their morale. And it looks like Dragoons giving it another go, trying to go into the town instead of the cuirassiers. It's going to be Russian Dragoons from Rimsky here. And yeah, oh boy, it's not looking good. Musketeers and also Hussars combining together, and they made a nice little concerted effort here. And another general being killed off. That is not good. That might be the dismounted general, I think, that we just saw a few moments earlier, just stood behind that building. He's just been killed. A square here trying to help the French, but that's not looking like it's going to hold for very long. And you can see Suvorov is managed to push on through and support Rimsky and Plauen. But it's not looking good on this right flank here. It looks like the 10-pointer here, Satsore, or however you say it, is failed in an assault. And he's actually getting pushed back. And the French left is looking relatively strong and could now threaten Suvorov's encircling of the French, but being themselves encircled. Yeah, it's not looking good. The French centre and right is looking pretty battered. It's down to the French left to try and win the day right now. And this could be a do or die situation. There's a lot of guns set up here. We've got a 12-pounder from the Russians. We've got a whole bunch of 10-pounders. And then another Bavarian 6-pounder. They're all going to start pounding away on these poor French as they come forward. Suvorov's got some musketeers trying to slow them down. Trying to add some backbone to his HRE defense. The French keep coming forward. They're relentless. Oh, and a nice little charge there down the line by the Russian grenadiers. Oh, sorry, Russian dragoons. Well, I don't know why I was thinking grenadiers. Not seen them in a while. Yeah, the musketeers for Russia trying to rout these guys. Combining together the two Russian corps once again, and they should rout those guys. Yeah, the musketeers actually, doing the heavy lifting right now around these guys. I think we're going to see a square form here, but it doesn't really matter. It looks like Suvorov's just going to charge in, and then if I was him, I'd just get the other unit here of musketeers just fire point blank into another side of the square. Try and rout these guys. And look at this. It's not looking good. France coming forward. I wonder if this is the French army that didn't have a general. Because they're breaking pretty easily. They're just charging forward. I mean, they are going to get the guns. You see here the Carabiniers routing these guns. But it might not matter because the Hussars behind are going to do the job. Going to rout those poor Carabiniers. Russia is going down this line of French as well with Jaguar. They're bright green uniforms. Can't miss them, that's for sure. What's this? Is this Swiss line infantry? I think it is. Cool ass unit. Yeah, they've been routed. And now it's just really like some French troops, some Cav actually still alive. What's up here? Cavalry Battalier still up there. They're holding the top of that hill, which the French have been on all day. And we'll just see what else. They've left a general here. Should probably get that one at some point. Yeah, the French are broken at this point. They had a hope of if they could have managed to win on this left-hand side, they might have had a hope of prolonging the fight. You can see here the Cossacks attempting a charge. The chasseurs having none of it. They're just going to form a square. But here come the Grenadiers. The Kalenka Grenadiers managing to charge in. And then, yeah, I think they'll just engage these guys. And then you'll watch the Russians here. They'll just set up a firing squad. And they'll start to shoot the square as the Grenadiers engage in a melee fight. And that's a smart thing to do, really. I think this general has also just died. The Cossacks are milling about him like quite a bit. I think he might be the general. Didn't actually have a general in it. Just got sniped by artillery. But yeah, that's how the French have been dealt with, it seems, in this. Oh, there he is. The general actually has survived. He might get shot here by Jaguar, though. Charge, men! What a brave charge by that French general. I presume that's him there. Now his hat. He's gonna rout this Jaguar. He might. That'll be hilarious. The Kalenka Grenadiers, 28 of them left. Doing a good job. Routed the general. And there you go. That's the French units there, routed once and for all. I think they're just going to shoot that general until and make sure he's dead. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think they're just going to get rid of some guns by the looks of it. And then this kind of really is. I'm going to fast forward now. But yeah, so that is going to be a victory, I believe, for Rheinbund playing as the coalition there. So well into them. Garde Real again defeated by Rheinbund in another clan battle that I've covered. I feel like Garde Real needs to get themselves a new opponent instead of facing Rheinbund all the time and more generals being killed off here. For the French, I think that's all of them being killed off now. But yeah, we're just waiting on one little French infantry unit over here to be killed off. We still got some grenadiers of the Russians over here that could do the job if they needed to. And it looks like Suvorov's also sending over the rest of his army to try and deal with the job. Some Feldjäger here could also maybe contribute. But yeah, I think honestly, the French should have maybe just kind of carried on with their momentum early games, try and really punch Plauen and Rimsky, like the 6 and 7 pointers, like really punch them in the face, do a lot of damage to them before Suvorov arrives, kind of stabilize the line a little bit. The 10 pointer, I feel like as well, and they definitely could have maybe beaten up and just with like the Bavarian infantry was just not that strong. Maybe just carried on pushing really hard on the left. I don't know. They kind of like when they had the left on the run, oh sorry, the coalition right on the run. They should have carried on pushing there, but instead they kind of moved troops back to try and stabilize their right, which, to be honest, it didn't seem like Rimsky was in any position to really push hard. But yeah, that's just my assessment. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. But hopefully I put up the end results for you to have a look at and see who did well and who didn't. This was sent in by Imrazor, I believe, from his perspective. I think he was playing as the 10-pointer for the coalition. So yeah, that's the HRE player. Or one of the HRE players. Yeah, his artillery did really well. 221 kills. It's very good for artillery. 10-pounders. Yeah, insane. One of the Grenadiers getting 171 kills. Whether that's the one in the town, like Sokak, or whether it was the one out on the flank. I think it might have been the one in Sokak itself. But yeah, then the rest of his infantry really did not do, or his cav did not do well. To be fair, I thought the 10-pointer kind of disappointed in this game. Really didn't actually provide a lot apart from mass, which I guess is something. But yeah, I feel like it was really down to Suvorov and Rimsky to really try and make the really real hammer blows with the Russian cause. But there you go, guys. That is today's battle. If you did enjoy, do remember leave a like, subscribe if you're new on here, and a comment show your support. Send in your own replays if you want to as well. Send them to my Discord. The link's down below in the description for my Discord server. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.